Mind, the part of the body that makes people think and feel. Focus your minds on what is really important. You should exercise your mind. The movie really blew my mind. Please keep in mind that we have more experience than you. They are trying to poison her mind. Try to calm your mind. I almost lost my mind. That didn't cross my mind. The appointment slipped my mind. My mind is spinning. I can't read your mind. No one understands her unique mind. He has a small mind. He is not in his right mind. The human mind is very adaptable. My mind is clear. Try to keep an open mind. He has a one-track mind. Our talk has been on my mind. I will keep your ideas in mind.
Mind. To be bothered by, to pay attention to. Please mind your step. Please mind your language around children. You need to mind your own business. Would you mind terribly if I didn't go? Do you really mind that he's coming with us? She didn't seem to mind. I don't mind about silly little things.
Particular. Specific. There is one particular thing you should know. That particular kind of bird eats small insects. That project needs particular attention. I like the particular brand of clothes. I need a particular example of what you are talking about. She has a particular fascination for cats. What is the particular function of this machine? What is the particular reason you came here? I don't want to be picky, but I have a particular request.
Real. True, actually existing. This story seems real. The fake flowers look real. The situation is becoming real. This necklace is made of real gold. What is his real name? She and I have a real friendship. That horse is a real beauty. I would never do that in real life. The real world is a rough place. This looks like the real thing. He is a real friend. The movie was shot in real time. Moving out of the country is a real possibility. He is in real danger. I don't know who my real mother is. You have no real understanding of the situation. This coat is made of real fur. We have a real problem here. This car is a real value. The diamonds look real enough. It was all too real.
Science. The study of the natural and physical world through tests and experiments. She is a writer of popular science books. Our class will be studying environmental science. Experimentation is important to advancing science. The science experiment was a disaster. Our science teacher conducted an experiment in class. Science education is important for medical advancement. Please refer to your science textbook. The science of technology is advancing at a rapid rate. Trade. The business of buying and selling goods and services. A particular job using your hands or a machine. There are laws to maintain fair trade between countries. Foreign trade is a profitable business. Commercial trade is widely popular. He learned his skilled trade at an early age. That's a hard trade to learn. She was taught a simple trade in order to make some money. His company was trying to boost foreign trade. The government restricts certain types of trade. He learned his trade from his father. There was a trade war between the two countries. Trade talks are not going well. The government has imposed a trade boycott. Did the countries agree to a trade deal? They are investigating the country's trade policies. We are attending a trade show. He is in the agricultural trade. Trade between the two countries is currently banned. He is a blacksmith by trade.
Trade. To exchange one thing for another. They freely traded in stocks. He was successfully traded to a better team. They trade stamps with each other. The company publicly trades in stocks.
Consider. To think about. Please carefully consider your options. I did briefly consider quitting my job. I never considered moving an option. Have you ever considered retiring? They are considering me for the job. We must consider the facts. We must consider all of the evidence. We should consider him for the position.
Either. Used before two words that are connected with or to indicate a choice between two things. You can have either chicken or steak. There is a choice of either red or white wine. Say either yes or no. The answer is either true or false. You can either stay or go. It can be used as either a spoon or a fork.
Either. One or the other. Either way is fine with me. Either day works for me. I'll be happy with either choice. We'll be lucky with either one. Either parent can sign the permission slip. We can have the party at either house. I can meet at either location. Library. A place where books, magazines, and other materials are available for people to use or borrow. We live close to a public library. He spends several hours a day at the campus library. She has an impressive private library. She has a huge library of classic books at home. The university has an excellent library. College students go to the library daily. I borrowed this book from the library. I need to return this book to the library. Everyone should have access to a library. He has a new library card. The library staff was very helpful. We use the library facilities often. They are updating the library collection. He found the rare book at the library. She is studying in the library. We are donating books to the library. Likely. Possible. Expected to happen. It appears likely that he will win the election. It is becoming likely that we will have to close the business. Their actions are making divorce more likely. It seems very likely that he will resign soon. It's highly likely that the factory will shut down. They're hardly likely to get home before midnight. He is the likely candidate. It is the likely cause of the situation.
Nature. Things in the world not made or caused by humans. Character of someone or something. He showed his true nature. We want to return to nature. This color cannot be found in nature. We have to respect the laws of nature. She is a nature lover. Let's visit a nature reserve. I don't understand human nature. What is his real nature? We enjoy Mother Nature. He has a good nature. This document is of a sensitive nature.
Fact. Something that is true. We need to consider all of the important facts. She told me some interesting facts. They are looking at the hard facts in this case. We are reading about the harsh facts of the Civil War. He detailed the known facts of his research. It is a well-known fact that his statement is untrue. The mere fact that you called shows you care. They are investigating the historical facts of the case. We know the facts in this case. Good reporters always check their facts. We should consider all the facts before making a decision. He hasn't yet proven the facts. They are gathering all of the facts needed. She presented the facts she had. She couldn't explain the facts that disagreed with her claim. It's time for him to face the facts and move on. I appreciate the fact that you're trying so hard. They can't seem to learn the basic facts of this process. He always wants to deny the facts. They managed to hide the facts until it was too late. This does not change the fact that they lied. This movie is based on historical facts. He tried to take credit after the fact. We are examining the facts about global warming. He argued that he was right despite the fact he knew nothing about the situation. We were not surprised by the results given the facts of the case. She said she had completed the project, but in fact she didn't.
Line. A long, thin mark. A row of people or things. A cable, wire, or pipe that carries power, gas, water, or communication. She drew a long line on the chalkboard. He learned about parallel lines in geometry class. Please sign on the dotted line. We just crossed the state line. We are standing in a long line. We are at the end of the checkout line. The gas line was disconnected. The boy draws very straight lines. Please form a line here. The company connected the power lines. Please walk in a straight line. Start each paragraph on a new line.
Line. To place things neatly in a row. She lined the shelf with potted flowers. Eager fans lined the street to see the movie star. Product. Something that was made or manufactured, usually for selling purposes. We do not test our products on animals. We make safety products. I only buy products made locally. These products are labeled organic. This product has been discontinued. How can we advertise our products? My company creates online products. We are working on the product design. Our new product line is available. Make sure you have the correct product description on the package. Product safety is number 1. This is one of our new products. I bought some skincare products for her. The city disposes of the waste products. I don't eat animal products. They make good products. How do you like the finished product? Care. Special attention or protection for something. He takes good care of his car. Children need proper care. Who is responsible for the short-term care of those children? She is in intensive care at the hospital. She needs maternity care. Your grandmother will need clinical care. I am his primary care provider. This doctor focuses on preventative care. The boy will be put in foster care. He is also responsible for pastoral care. They want to improve the company's customer care. Do you sell skin care products? Please take special care with this project. He does his job with meticulous care. Will you take care of our dog while we are on vacation? Are you happy with the care provided by your doctor? I think my father will require special care. I'll have to exercise care to avoid offending anyone. We should respect healthcare workers. We are impressed with this medical care center. She sent me a care package when I went to college. The children are now under our care. The accident happened in the babysitter's care. You must handle this with care. Without care, the plants will die.
Care. To offer special attention or protection for something. She cares deeply about the environment. I really care about what you think. He hardly cares about what will happen. I don't think you care enough about me. Do you care about anything? Group. A number of people gathered together. Number of things put together. He is used to speaking in front of large groups. She has a select group of friends. A diverse group of people came to the meeting. We are dealing with an organized group. The dominant group usually gets its way. They are doing research with different cultural groups. Some animals live in large family groups. He doesn't relate well to those in his peer group. He is leading a discussion group. She attends a self-help group. She belongs to a church group. They are organizing a parent group. She is leading a discussion group. He represents the environmental group. She joined a theater group. He left the group last year when he moved. The group split up in a disagreement over priorities. This group includes people of all ages. He is a group leader. We will be having a group discussion today. She doesn't like doing group work. We will take a group photo. We will get more done if we work as a group. There are only 3 boys in the group. She will meet with a group of students today. There is some disagreement within the group.
Group. To put or bring together, to organize by similarities. The items are closely grouped. The clothing items are grouped together by color. They are grouped by size. Everyone grouped around the television. The books are grouped into 3 categories. She was grouped with 2 of her friends. She was grouped with 2 of her best friends.
Idea. A thought, plan, or suggestion. That is a great idea. What an interesting idea. We need to think of some creative ideas. That is an absurd idea. That project started with an ambitious idea. She gave me a basic idea of what she wanted. The whole idea came from John. Do you have any ideas of how we can fix the problem? He got the idea from his brother. Let's try to come up with a new idea. You should try to promote your idea. We all welcome the idea of replacing the old computers at work. You should consider the idea of pursuing a new career. Brainstorming is a good way of generating new ideas. Let's explore new ideas. We need to implement the new idea. He accused the company of stealing his idea. Crazy ideas were forming in his mind. My idea didn't work out as well as I had hoped. His great idea led to a successful business. He expressed his ideas to his boss. He rejected her ideas again. I have an idea about how to resolve the issue. Do you have an idea for improving communication in your department? He had the idea of starting a new company.
Risk. The chance of danger or harm. We calculated the risk. I took a risk by coming here. We want to eliminate the risk. We increased our risk of exposure. We have to manage risk carefully. This activity heightens your risk of injury. She faced a lot of risk. We should consider this a risk. He works in risk management. We are in a high-risk group. There is always a degree of risk. We need to do a risk assessment. What are the risk factors? We took a calculated risk. There is moderate risk involved. There is an elevated risk associated with that medication. She is taking unnecessary risks. Is this an acceptable risk? Is this a high-risk business venture? What are the long-term risks of this medication? There is a risk of contamination. Her life is at risk. The treatment could be a possible risk to her health. He's taking a big risk by investing his life savings into his latest business plan. There's a risk of getting food poisoning from undercooked meat. Smoking can increase your risk for lung cancer.
Risk. To take a chance, even if facing danger or harm. I am willing to risk it all. I cannot risk their lives. You are risking your life. We risked everything. She is risking her life savings on one business idea. I would risk everything for you. Several. More than two of something. We talked on several instances. I cited several sources in my paper. There are several ways to get to my house. We have several houses. We haven't seen him in several days. The power was out for several hours. I'm going to the movies with several people.
Several. More than two of something, a few people or things. Several of us are going to the movies. Several of the visitors brought flowers. Several of the guests left early. Several of the family members got into an argument. Several of the students stayed after school to finish the project. Several of the teachers had a meeting after school. Several of the employees were fired for stealing.
Someone. A person that is not named or specified. Someone will bring you the package later today. Someone is waiting for you in the lobby. Someone ate my sandwich. Someone wants to meet you. Someone came by looking for you. Someone should speak up. Someone dented my car. Someone is going to get fired today. Someone saw you at the store yesterday. Someone is mad at you. Someone likes you. Someone needs your help.
Temperature. The measurement of how hot or cold a place or thing is. The weather forecast shows high temperatures this week. The weather forecast shows low temperatures this week. What is the daytime temperature for Monday? The indoor temperature was cooler yesterday. We increased the temperature of the oven. How do you reduce the temperature of the room? We maintain the temperature of the pool. There was a temperature drop in the mountains. We installed a temperature gauge in the steam room. We need to keep the temperature between 40 and 50 degrees. Please serve the appetizers at room temperature.
United. Joined together. They are firmly united to fight the problem. The family members were totally united to keep things peaceful. They have stayed legally united throughout this whole ordeal. Our country stands united after the attack. They stand united against drunk driving. They stayed united with each other. They stand united in their decision.
Word. Something said or written. A conversation. A promise. Information. He likes to use big words around adults. Her children use polite words. He says mean words to his brother. The teacher uses simple words in class. What were his exact words? He memorized some key words for his speech. Find the wrong word in that sentence. He learned bad words from his friend. I'll let you in if you say the magic word. He always has to have the final word during arguments. Thank you for your encouraging words. Your words are meaningless to me. She had a quick word with her son, and he didn't misbehave again. What is another word for car? Can I have a word with you? She uses a lot of big words to impress people. Do not mention any word of this to him. How do you pronounce this word? He often misuses that word. I do not speak a word of Chinese. Look up the word in the dictionary. Choose your words carefully with sensitive people. Please translate these words for me. What does this word mean? Words cannot express how thankful I am. The word begins with the letter B. Please repeat the word. She whispered the secret word in my ear. He typed the words on a piece of paper. I could not read a word of it. He erased the bad word. She memorized all of the words to the famous speech. I give you my word that I will do everything I can. I hope you keep your word about helping me. Describe in your own words what happened. He never breaks his word. Please trust my word on this. How could you doubt my words? Please send word to my family that I am doing well. Did you get word of what happened to them? She spread the word about massive layoffs at the company. Just say the word and I will be there. Please tell the jury in your own words what happened. What is the Spanish word for restroom? We had a word about her behavior. Can we have a word from our guest? Let me give you a word of advice. I need a quick word with you. Would you like to play a word game? Her word choice was offensive. The therapist had the couple play word association. The essay contest has a minimum word count.
Word. To write or say something. The lawyer needs to carefully word the question. The instructions were poorly worded. The school has strongly worded their stance on bullying. Try to word it differently and see if they understand.
Fat. A naturally oily substance found in the body tissues of humans and animals under their skin. A solid or liquid substance from animals that is turned into oil for cooking. She needs to get rid of extra fat to be healthier. He still has some baby fat. They are trying to avoid dietary fat. He is following a reduced fat diet. There is a lot of visible fat in this steak. This dish was flavored with bacon fat. I gained a lot of fat from eating poorly. He is trying to lose extra fat. Many animals try to store fat for the winter. This product claims to break down fat. Dessert usually contains a lot of fat. She's trying to eat less fat. They are cutting down on fat in their diet. They are eliminating fat from their diet. She avoids fat as part of her diet. I always remove the fat before cooking meat. Adding a little fat will give the dish flavor. Drain the fat from the pan before serving it. He's limiting his fat intake. The fat content of that dish is very high.
Fat. Not thin, having too much flesh on the body. Heavy. Large. I feel very fat. My cat is getting fat. Having dessert every night is making me fat. Did she just call you fat? Her cat is enormously fat. Her body is quite fat. He received a fat envelope in the mail. The doctor poked at my fat tummy. What a fat cat! She thinks she has a fat face. I have a fat lip from getting hit in the face. He had a fat wallet when he left the bank.
Force. Physical strength or power. Effect that causes movement. Social or political power or influence. A group of people. It takes great force to lift a car. He won the fight with brute force. Their ability is not at maximum force. The police were accused of using excessive force during the riots. He used physical force to get his way. Gravity is a strong force. This magnet has a weak force. There are many internal forces that can affect the outcome. They are investigating the mechanical force at work. He is a major force within the field. The new incentives had been a motivating force for students. There are competitive forces trying to influence his decision. His family was the driving force behind his decision. She's the creative force behind the campaign. There are unseen forces at work here. He is interested in supernatural forces. They formed a joint force to combat the problem. He's a member of the elite forces. The Allied forces joined the fight. They are trying to fight off enemy forces. The police force is taking on that project. Combat forces are preparing for the attack. He always uses force to get his way. They took the goods by force. The city felt the force of the storm. They increased the force of the magnet. This produces a strong force. If you apply too much force, it will break. They are trying to balance the forces of nature. He remains a force in the industry. He wants to fight the forces of change. They are creating a task force to deal with that issue. They mobilized armed forces to deal with the attack. He is leading the task force on the economy. The two groups have joined forces on that issue. Rebel forces control that region. They enforce the laws by force. They are measuring the force between the particles. Her family was the force behind her decision. His ideas have been a force for changes in policy.
Force. To use physical strength to make someone do something he or she does not want to do. Circumstances forced us to make a quick decision. The weather forced a cancellation. The police forced his confession. They forced the lock and got into the building. She forced a smile. They forced his resignation. Key. A piece of metal shaped to fit into a lock, one of the buttons or bars on a computer or piano. He kept the master key in a safe place. She was looking for her apartment key. We need to replace some of the computer keys. She turned the key in the lock. He forgot to take the key from the door. She used the spare key to get in the house. He left a key with his parents. I accidentally locked the keys in my car. You need a key to open the safe. Press the Enter key twice. You have to lock it with a key. She doesn't have the key for the room.
Key. Very important. He has a key advantage with his height. She is a key contributor to this project. We're missing the key ingredient. He is the key suspect in the murder.
Light. The form of energy that makes it possible to see things, something that produces light. The bright light hurt my eyes. I was distracted by the flashing light. The kitchen was filled with morning light. I need a good light for taking pictures. Don't forget to turn off the bathroom light. He needs to replace his brake lights. Do you have enough light for reading? The lamp provided enough light. The light reflects off the window. They filled the stage with bright lights. She was blinded by the stage light. The brightness of the light grew stronger. Don't forget to turn on the lights. She stood against the light. The light from the window was very bright. You can see it better in the light. We need a better light source when camping. Please turn off the light switch before you leave. We need to replace the light bulb.
Light. To make something burn. To make something bright. He tried to light the campfire. She stopped to light her cigarette. He was studying in a well-lit room. When she saw him, her face immediately lit up. The fireworks lit up the sky. The room was lit by a wall lamp. His face lit up with joy.
Light. Not dark, not heavy. It was starting to get light outside. It stays light longer in the summer. It is light outside. The bag feels very light. It was almost light outside. The field was not light enough to play baseball. The bag is light enough to carry. The big box is extremely light.
Simply. In a simple way. Just. The performance was simply amazing. This picture is simply awful. She is simply gorgeous. He simply abandoned the idea. Simply finish all the problems. We will simply decorate the room. I want to simply relax.
Today. On this day. During the day. I am so tired today. How are you doing today? I'm going out to lunch today. Do you have plans today? The project is due today.
Today. This day. Today is our first anniversary. Today marks the day we moved to this country. Today is very cold. Today is going to be a great day. Today was supposed to be an ordinary day, but someone surprised me with flowers. Training. The process of learning skills. The process of preparing for a sports competition by exercising. You must first go through basic training to move to the next level. He didn't have any formal training, but he's doing the job well. They have extensive training in that field of work. Federal agents go through thorough training. He didn't receive proper training to do the job effectively. Job training is necessary for this position. She is going through intense training for the upcoming marathon. You must have extensive training to be a Navy SEAL. She completed the required training for her new job. He supervises training for all new employees. Training is required for this position. You lack the necessary training for this job. The athletes reported to the training camp early this morning. Please refer to the training manual for details. You do not have enough training skills for this job. He is on a strict training schedule. She has a training partner. Training for that job is intense. She has done well in training. Until. Up to a certain time. It didn't bother you until now. I won't see you until tomorrow. He didn't arrive until 10 o'clock this evening. I can't wait until tonight. I'm going to study hard until graduation.
Until. Up to the time that. She was mean to us until her mother showed up. Don't go anywhere until I get back. Don't eat anything until the others arrive. Let's play games until the party starts. You cannot play outside until you finish your homework. I was having fun until my ex-wife showed up. Please wait in the lobby until the doors open. Don't enter the room until you see the green light.
Major. Important. Big. There's going to be a major storm tomorrow. She's a major celebrity. This work is a major challenge for him. This is a major event for our organization. He is playing baseball in the major leagues now. He was a major influence on us. He played a major part in the play. They signed a contract with a major label. We have made some major improvements recently. We had to make a major decision. We live by a major port. This is a major addition to our family. She had to have major surgery. This was a major step. The virus did not attack any major organs. There was a major outbreak in the area. There was a major upset during the game yesterday. She attends a major university. I have made a major discovery. There will be major consequences. We have had a major accident.
Major. A main field of study at a college. An officer in the military. I am pursuing a history major at the State University. My brother is an Army major.
Name. What someone or something is called. She gave her child a funny name. I asked for his name. I didn't catch your name. How do you pronounce your name? Her name means happiness. His name sounds familiar. We put down our names for the contest. Did you change your name? Please write your name. I forgot your name. We chose a name for the baby. Where did you get your name? I couldn't read her name tag. Can I see the list of names? What is your last name? She gave herself a stage name. What is the common name for this? She has a great name. I forgot the street name. What is her original name? We changed our company name again. What's his code name? I know her by name. What is the name of that tree? He put the reservation in my name.
Name. Give a name to someone or something. They named the child after his father. What did you name your dog? They haven't named a suspect. The town was officially named after the first mayor. She was originally named after her mother. She was named after her mother.
Personal. Private. Having to do with a particular person. I keep my personal beliefs to myself. Sometimes it's best to keep your personal problems private. He took personal responsibility for the company's failure. I work as a personal assistant for a successful lawyer. He gave me his personal assurance that we would be taken care of. In my personal experience, long-distance relationships don't work. This song is my personal favorite. You should pay attention to your personal appearance when you go to a job interview. Being a vegetarian is a personal choice. I opened a personal account at the bank. Can you give me some more personal space? Don't give strangers your personal information. I think he is using us for his personal gain. My personal finances are a mess right now. As your personal representative, I advise you to sue him. We hired a personal tutor. These items are for personal use. These are my personal belongings. From my personal point of view, you did the right thing. My personal expenses exceeded $500 last month. This house is my personal property. For your personal safety, hang on to the guardrail. Art and music are forms of personal expression. Running a successful business requires personal sacrifice. Those flowers really give the room a personal touch. In English, there are singular and plural personal pronouns. It is too personal to discuss in public. You are getting too personal with the questions. The conversation was getting deeply personal.
School. A place to learn. I went to elementary school in Seattle. She sent her kids to boarding school. James had to attend summer school after failing math. She went to law school in New York. I went to school in Florida. I started school at 5 years old. She stayed in school until she was 18. Mark dropped out of school when he was 17. He teaches elementary school in Atlanta. Our class went to the school gym. He was sent to the school principal. School meals are rarely healthy. The school rules are very strict. He rides the school bus every morning. My kids wear school uniforms. Let's meet after school. He wasn't very good at school. She is the smartest child in the school. It is time to get ready for school.
Top. The highest part of something. The highest point or position. The cover or lid of something. Piece of clothing that covers the upper part of the body. He made it to the very top of the mountain. We couldn't open the bottle top. She wore a long-sleeved top. They are wearing matching tops. He climbed to the top of the mountain. They reached the top of the hill. Meet me at the top of the hill. The helicopter landed on top of the building. He rose to the top of the company quickly. The cat sits on top of the car every morning. Remove the bottle top before recycling. Put the top back on the toothpaste. She wears tight tops. Put your name at the top of the page. I like cherries on top of my ice cream sundaes. Exercising is at the top of my to-do list.
Top. Highest in a position. She is the top student of her class. He received top honors for his service in the military. She is the top surgeon in her field. He was the top student of his graduating class. He is the top advisor to the president. She is the top athlete. She received the top award. Can you reach the top button? They live on the top floor.
Top. To do better than someone or something else. He easily topped the world record for speed skating. Current. The movement of water or air. The flow of electricity. The river has a fast current. The cold current made her shake. Be careful of the dangerous current. The warm current blew through the window. The wire carried a high current. The electric current goes through wires. The current flows west. The plant generates current. He always swims against the current.
Current. Happening now. I met her current boyfriend. The current chairman is hard-working. We are focusing on the current contract. I can't keep up with the current fashion.